Hello, my loving Tiffany Thinks family. How are you all? I am getting ready to go to the hospital. I've got a blood test. I've got a blood test and an MRSA swab to be done. If you guys know, I still have my port in my arm. So this is what I had, like chemo, blood tests. Got something sticky on my hand here. But yeah, no. So this port got me through a lot, but it's time to have it removed. So they said, I've got an appointment in 2 weeks time. Before that, they said, come in and have a blood test done and an MRSA swab just to make sure everything's okay before we can get this removed. I have been waiting for this appointment for some time. It's gonna be real, you know? Like, I feel like every time I see the port, or if like Matt hugs me, I'm like, oh, be careful with my port, don't squish my port, like if he holds onto my arm or anything. So it's just gonna feel like, I think it's gonna be amazing to have it removed. So we've got 2 weeks for that appointment to have that done. I know, I feel like, you know what, it's just mad. Like this time last year, I would have never ever thought all of this would be happening. And yeah, what should I do? I don't really want to do too much. I'm gonna put concealer on underneath my eyes. I'll use this, because I haven't used this in a while, the L'Oreal True Match. I probably should get rid of it. It's probably very old. I'm only going to do a tiny bit. Let's do a tiny bit. Yeah, I can't believe this is happening. Like, to have the port removed, because I did have a PIC line and a port line. So you know, if you've been here, I've had both. They removed the PIC line. You know, the one with the line, one with the wires hanging off. I hated that one. Because anytime I'd go out, it was just so obvious that I had all these wires. The port's not so bad because you can't really notice it. It's just like a little bulb here, like a little bulge. You can't really notice it, but with the PIC line, I was very happy to have that removed. They didn't remove everything, like they didn't remove the PIC and the port at the same time because we weren't really sure what was going to happen and if I needed chemo after surgery. But thank God I didn't. Like, I've had all my chemo, I think it was 12 sets of chemo session, so I had the maximum for that chemo. What was it, Oxy, I forgot the name of it, but yeah, so I had the maximum amount that I needed. So yeah, I'm very happy that it's all removed. Like, I keep saying, like, all these marks on my body is a constant reminder. So to have the port removed, it's just going to be a little mark there, which is fine. Like, I'd rather have a little mark than a little bulgy bit. And they say that if you keep the port in, I'm more prone to like infections and things, so we don't want that. So I'm glad that's been booked in. I thought they could just remove the port without anything, but they needed to double check my blood test levels, which is good. I like when they check the blood test because you can get a lot of information out of just having a blood test done. So I feel like if you're feeling unwell, or you feel like, I don't know, you're like, if you're bleeding or anything like that, always when you go to your GP, ask to have a full blood test done, including like tumor markers if you're worried about something. I don't know if they do that. I don't know if they would just do that. I don't know if they just do that to cancer patients, but if you had cancer before, or I don't know the rules, but I like to know what my tumor markers are, because blood test, I have blood tests done all the time, so I always ask what's my CEA count, and I always write it down in my bullet journal. Like, it's a must for me. I like to be on top of it with my blood tests, like iron levels, because you guys know, like, I'm taking folic acid, so I just want to know if I'm doing the right things. I used the Estee Lauder concealer today. Just, it was the first one that was in the bag. I've got a few concealers. I love concealer because I have, I don't know if you notice, I've got really like dark under eye. So for me, more than, I think my favorite right now, this changes all the time, but right now my favorite makeup product is concealer. Like, I can't live without concealer. I think that's all I'm going to do to my face. Keep it light, keep it fresh. Anything else? Maybe I'll set it. Let's set the face a little bit. I don't want to look like I've got makeup on, you know? I don't. I know some of you like when I do like my makeup on camera, and some of you don't like it, but I think I can't make everyone happy, you know. I'm just like trying my best, and I'm just doing whatever. There's no real structure to these videos, as you guys know. Oh, as you guys know, I'm just kind of filming as and when I want to. So this is what happens. I always say, oh, I'm gonna do a light face of makeup, and then I end up doing way more. But yeah, everything is blended in. I always like a big fluffy brush. At the end of everything, I just like to kind of make sure all the excess, everything is kind of like brushed off. I don't like the feeling of having a lot of makeup on, and I don't want to look like I've got powder on my skin. So that's just what I like to do. What is one thing that you do, like after you do your makeup? Like what's one thing that you do that you can't not do when you do your makeup? Like, you know how I'm saying I need a big fluffy brush to like make sure everything is buffed in. What's one thing that you do? You know, eyelash curler. I don't use eyelash curlers, but like when I speak to my friends about it, or like my sister or anyone, like I always say, oh, I don't use eyelash curler, and everyone's always like, no, you have to do eyelash curler when you use mascara. I just don't do it. I have really cut down on my makeup supply. So I went through everything, and all my makeup, I'll show you, just gather it all together. All my makeup is in this bag. That's all I have. How amazing is that? Like, to cut down, if you had seen how much makeup I was hoarding, you would be like, Tiffany, you have got problems, like you need to sort it out. But I've cut it down, and I feel like everything in here, there are some things that I need to get rid of, like this concealer, the L'Oreal, not concealer, there's some makeup products that I should be getting rid of. I think I need to stop brushing. I need to stop doing this. I think every couple of months I should go through the makeup bag and get rid of things that I don't need, or like go through things and clean. Like, I feel like I should be cleaning the packaging, and it's just, who's got time, you know? Like, who does that? Are you good at like organizing and keeping on top of your makeup and brushes? Like, I need to wash my brushes. That's all I'm going to do to my face. I washed my hair last night, so it's quite fluffy, but I'm not going to do anything to it because I don't want to, like, I'm trying to not put too much heat in my hair. If I don't need to, I won't do it. If I wasn't talking, I can do all of this in like 5 minutes. And it's easier because my hair was washed last night, so easy peasy. I'm going to put this all away. So what I've done is, once my makeup is done, I'll close it up. Let's close this little bag up. This isn't the best like makeup. This is like meant to be, you know, when I go on holidays I take this, but I got rid of all my old makeup bags because it was all very like, the zip wasn't working, and I had like lots of like makeup stuck at the bottom, and I thought, you know what, I do need to get like a good makeup bag for the house. This is like my holiday one, so it's not very sturdy. If you have any like recommendations of good like makeup bags that are like this size, please let me know, or even a little bit bigger, because I don't think this is going to last very long. Amma just needed to get something from the shop, so I've parked over. Is this okay to park here? I think it should be okay. Amma's just quickly gone to the shops to pick up like a few nibbles, a few snacks for her to have in the car. I'm driving us today because, do you remember last time I was driving, I felt like really panicky about my feet and legs, and I thought, you know what, the more I drive, the more confident I'll become. And I've also made an appointment with the Ayurvedic, you know, the natural like neuropathy people, like for the foot massage. They do the pressing down on the nerves thing, so I've booked that in for a couple of days time. But I feel like fine, like today, absolutely no problems. I do think that time, if you haven't watched that video, you won't know what I'm talking about, but I think that time I was just in my head and I was thinking, oh my goodness, like I'm driving, and then I got all worked up. Getting quite hot. I'm gonna open the window. I need to show you. So, you know, Amma has this blue fleece right? She always has this like cozy fleece, and she's just realised that she's picked up Matt's fleece, so she's actually got Matt's fleece on there. Yeah. That is an easy mistake to make. I always steal his fleece as well. It's very cozy. Did you say hi to everyone, Emma?
Hi everyone.
We haven't worn it together in a very long time, I think. I don't know. But I always say whenever we go to the hospital, we've got to wear the We Got This merch. So I'll leave a link down below if you want one. But we're at the hospital, tick, 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 for a blood test. And we found a parking spot as well. I'm not the best at parking, but I don't think I've ever been the best at parking, to be honest. Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, good parking.
Okay, MRSA check and blood test time. Tick, 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 and that's the front of the hospital just there. Can you see? This is my first time driving to the hospital.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is the first time, because obviously when I was having treatment I wasn't able to drive, and yeah, this is the first time I drove and parked.
Yeah.
Wow.
This hospital you right first time, yeah.
Yeah, because Amma or Matt has been driving me to the hospital, so this is a big moment for us. And it's good for me to see how I am driving here, because when I am doing the volunteer days, it'll be good because I'll be on my own. So I can do it. I can do it, even though there was a lot of traffic today, but I can drive. Are you going to wear Matt's jumper?
No, who's that blue?
That's mine. I'm going to have a little bit of my Lucozade drink. A little bit of Lucozade because I feel a bit like... when you have a stoma, you need to have a lot of electrolytes, and I don't usually have Lucozade. I have it on the days where I feel like really... Well, on the days I kind of know when I need it, and like I felt like I needed it then. Like, I'll tell you when I need it. So, you know when everything's a little bit watery? That's the days that I drink more Lucozade and like electrolyte drinks. Okay. We can go now. Amma's snacks, so she bought like Sri Lankan snacks, and the whole car is full of like it smells full of like snacks. It's making me hungry. I was just saying to Amma, this pillow honestly is amazing for me. It's not super busy today. I think it's because it's a later... So when you have a blood test done, you don't get a allocated time. You can just come in, walk in and ask for the blood test because everything's already like on the system. So I didn't want to come like early, because last time we came early we had to wait a few hours. So this time I came a little bit later, so it should be quieter. Hi, I was told to come here on an MRSA swab. My name's Tiffany. Blood test done, MRSA now. So tick tick tick, lots of tick tick ticks. It feels really weird being back here. Like, this was one of the rooms that I came to speak to the doctors about my neuropathy, my feet, and you know, driving and stuff. Whenever I used to come to these rooms, I used to, like you would all know, be like really panicky, and like I would just talk just to kind of just because that's how I like kept my mind busy. It's like crazy. It's crazy times. Doesn't feel real. Not too long. I know. I think I could. Thank you so much. Bye. All done. Glad to have it all done, because I kept thinking I need to do it. So tick tick tick, and I spoke to the volunteers at the front and I said I'm going to be part of your team soon. And it's just nice because I feel like they helped me a lot, and they probably have no idea how much they helped me. My lips feel dry, but I didn't bring any lip balm, so lip gloss it is. This is the NYX Butter Gloss. Again, I probably need to get rid of that. It's probably an old one, but that is fine. I always feel like whenever I'm here, I'll just pop over to my sister's because she lives so close, so I've got to go and see the kiddies. I was just saying to Amma, when they do a MRSA check for me, they did the nose, armpit and groin, so that's it's all done. I'm just so happy it's done. It didn't hurt or anything like that. It's just little swabs. It's like cotton buds. Like, that's what it feels like. And it's just like a swab in the nose. I think they check everything before, because it's not a surgical procedure, but they have to use like numbing, like an anesthetic gel. So I think that's probably why they're checking everything before. But I've got some time before I have the removal of the port. Hi, my loving Tiffany Thinks family. I haven't picked up the camera in a few days. I haven't been feeling the best. I've been coughing and sneezing. I don't know what it is. I think it will pass because I'm feeling a lot better today. I don't know whether it's like the flu or I don't know, maybe I don't know what it is, but I'm just resting up. I haven't really been the best at vlogging either. I think the last time we spoke was when I was driving to my sister's. I think it was then when I kind of felt like, oh, I felt a bit like there's something in my throat. Then I left, then I came home, and then I've just been coughing and sneezing. And my darling's gone to work today, and last night he said to me, Tiffany, just rest. Like, you're doing so much. I feel like I have taken a lot on. So I just need to kind of rest and just get myself kind of back to feeling okay again. It's just my nose and my throat, and so I'm just gonna have like some quiet time. I've decided today, I've put my laptop away. I'm not studying, I'm not editing, I'm not doing anything. I'm just going to have breakfast, watch the new season of Bridgerton. I haven't watched the new season. Is it season 4? Haven't watched any of that, so maybe today is just Netflix, bed, hot lemon and ginger tea, that kind of day. I'll also put the camera away, so because there's nothing much to show you. I am definitely getting better. Like, my voice is back, whereas before I was like, oh, like I didn't sound like myself, whereas now I feel like my voice is back. I should make a juice, but I don't think I have enough to make a juice. I've got some oranges which I'll just peel and eat, you know. Not everything needs to be a juice. Hi, my loving Tiffany Thinks family. How are you all? I'm just editing this video and I realised that I didn't finish it. I was kind of not feeling the best. I think I just needed a day to kind of recover, relax, and I think like I put a lot of pressure on myself, and I do need to remember, like, I had surgery in December, I've had chemo, I've had radiotherapy. I'm allowed to have days where I just don't want to do anything, and I need to remind myself that that's okay. I put a lot of pressure on myself. I think it's because where I'm okay now, I feel like, oh, I need to embrace every moment, and I need to do this, and I need to see this person, and I don't give myself time to just kind of, I haven't had a day in bed in a long time. Like, as soon as it's the morning, I'm awake, I get things done. Like, I'm always trying to tick things off, and it's something that I need to understand, that I shouldn't feel guilty for having a bed day. And that's not just me, I think that's for everyone. We're allowed days where we just want to stay in bed, watch Netflix, eat food in bed. I didn't do that, but I was so tempted to, and then I was like, no, don't have food in the bed. But it's okay. Like, if you're feeling like having one of those days, you're allowed to, because you wake up and you feel recharged and you feel like ready to start again. And I need to remind myself, when my body tells me just stay in bed or stay at home, you don't need to do anything, that's okay too. And even being at home and not having to think about anything, I kind of think about where I was last year and kind of waiting for surgery and chemo, radiotherapy and the side effects, and I need to remind myself that the place that I'm in right now is the best place, right? And it doesn't mean every day I have to get things done, and I think I'm just saying this out loud is because it's a reminder for myself. And I feel like if you're like me, I want you to know as well that we're allowed days to just not do anything, and that's a good day too. That's a great day. Like, I really felt good watching Netflix, watching Friends, watching YouTube. Kind of, it was really nice. And on Saturday, my darling, I've been talking about going to watch football in a real stadium for a very long time. I'd be like to Matt, what would that be like? How would you see the whole football pitch? Like, how does it work? Like, I'm always asking him, and I'd always say to him, like, how do we get tickets? And and he managed to get us tickets to go watch Crystal Palace, so we did that on Saturday. If you watched our... No, I haven't vlogged it. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I did that on Saturday, and it was incredible. Like, I never thought I was going to enjoy it that much. And yeah, I feel like I'm just ticking things off, like the things that I wanted to get done, like go to a stadium. It's like, it's not like I had a... Is it bucket list? Is that what it's called? It's not like I had one, but in my head I'd have things to do, and I feel like one of those has been ticked off, which is really, really amazing. Like, amazing experience, and I would do it again. So that's only if we could get tickets. It's so hard to get tickets, but we've done it, and I really enjoyed it. I didn't vlog that day because I just thought, you know what, I'm in the moment. I put a little kind of Instagram story together, and yeah, and I really feel like good about it as well. Oh, I thought there was a spider on there. There's no spider. Normally I would be screaming, but no, I think in my mind I knew it wasn't a spider because it wasn't moving, otherwise I would have jumped out of it. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I love you all a lot. My Instagram, Facebook and TikTok is Tiffany Thinks, and my next video will be on Thursday and Sunday. So yeah, I love you. Bye.